The president returned to the White House having made clear he opposes the Iraq Study Group's reported plan for a gradual withdrawal of U.S. troops from Iraq.
I know there's a lot of speculation that these reports in Washington mean there's going to be some kind of graceful exit out of Iraq. We're going to stay in Iraq to get the job done.
The president and Iraqi Prime Minister al-Maliki also reiterated the goal of speeding up the training of Iraqi security forces so they can shoulder more responsibility. Sources say the commission, headed by former Secretary of State James Baker and former Congressman Lee Hamilton, will urge a shift in the U.S. role from combat to support and advising. It will not call for a withdrawal timetable, but will urge greater diplomatic contacts with Iran and Syria, which the administration opposes. National Security Advisor Stephen Hadley says the president will decide on a new plan for Iraq within a few weeks. Meantime, the Iraq Study Group's proposals came under fire from a former Reagan administration defense official.
With this idea that the United States must simply disengage from there on some timetable or other, you really see, I think, the makings of a formula for an abject, humiliating, and strategically disastrous defeat.
Democrats who've long been critical of the war believe the report will help buttress their case for starting to bring U.S. troops home beginning next year. Here on Capitol Hill, Defense Secretary-designate Robert Gates paid courtesy calls on two of them ahead of his confirmation hearing next week. In testimony prepared for that hearing, Gates criticized the handling of the war in Iraq while supporting the idea of talking to Iran and Syria. In addition to this report from the Iraq Study Group, the administration is conducting its own analyses of the situation on the ground there, and that'll give the president political cover, enabling him to choose what he likes from the two reports as he decides on what he sees as the best approach. Jerry Bodlander, The Associated Press, Capitol Hill.